athletes. One is still to come, but Desmond Bain, Quatnoy, and Alex Robinson. Coach, we'll turn to you first for an opening statement. Congratulations on your victory tonight.
Thank you. No, it's a great win for us, obviously getting to the 20 wins, and for our seniors, an opportunity again to play against one of the teams that won the league. So excited about how we played. Obviously, first half we did exactly what we wanted to do, but as you know, they're a tough team. They're playing well, Oklahoma State, and they came back and battled. So not at all surprised by that. I think I could have done a better job of getting us more aggressive and sustaining our aggressiveness both offensively and defensively. So I put that on me for their comeback, but. I thought we really moved the ball the first half and got it changed to this other side of the floor against their defense. But defensively is really what we got going. And obviously shot 35%. We out-rebounded by 12. So we were playing a lot of transition basketball, and that's where everybody is best. So a great win for us, and it's certainly an opportunity to go play tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Coach. Let's go to questions for our student athletes first. We'll come back for Coach Dixon at the end. Guys, on your left on the front row, first question.
Drew Davis in Fort Worth Star Telegram. Desmond, take us through that last three-pointer and what you kind of saw and how you guys kept the composure even when they were making the late charge.
I mean, we've been here before. As far as keeping our composure, I mean, we got a lot of guys that have played a lot of games. And, I mean, on that last play, I got downhill, and I saw a little confusion, so I kicked it back to him, and he kicked it back to me, and I was open and just shot it.
Okay, on the left toward the back.
Todd Lebo, Sports Radio 810. Guys, for all of you, what was the thought when the lead was shrinking down? How were you trying to stay together and try to get through and get that win?
Quat, you want to go first?
We just wanted to keep the momentum going, get stops, and that's what we did towards the end, and we came back with the win.
Yeah, what Quad said, we just wanted to stay locked in and make sure we stayed together. We knew they were making a run, so we were just trying to make sure that we stopped it and turned it around.
For sure. I mean, a team like that, they're going to hit shots, and, I mean, part of it was our defense, part of it was them hitting shots, but we just kept our composure and was able to finish it out.
Other questions for the three guys? Okay, again on our left.
Barry Trammell with the Oklahoma. And Alex, you guys had a 21-point lead there early in the second half, but your offense stagnated down the stretch. How much of that was your Rene and the way he protected the rim? I think he got 4 blocks in the last 7 minutes.
Yeah, we knew going into the game he was a huge defensive presence. He did a really good job of staying down and timing good blocks. Yeah, I felt like that disrupted our offense a little bit, but a lot of it was on us on the stagnant part. We weren't moving and cutting like we were in the first half. So that's on us. But he's a great player, great defensive player, and he's going to make a lot of noise in this league.
Okay, we'll come back toward the front here on the left side.
Garrett Podell, TCU 360. Kawat, you're able to score 14 in the first half, 20 in the game. After only scoring 4 over the last week, what allowed you to snap out of your shooting slump today?
Like we said earlier, just passing the ball, moving the ball. I give credit to my teammates for finding me when I was open, and, that's how it happened.
We'll stay on the front row here.
For all you guys, kind of how short turnaround for K-State and with the depth, how do you think you guys will be able to bounce back tomorrow?
I mean, thanks to Coach Dixon, we practice hard, I mean, pretty much every day in October. There's nothing like it. So, I mean, we'll be ready.
All three. Quat, you want to answer that too?
Oh, what was the question again?
The short turnaround and the depth you guys have coming back tomorrow.
No, yeah, we're going to be ready to play tomorrow for sure.
Yeah. What Quad and Des said, we'll be ready. We've been here before. We have a lot of experience. So this is nothing new to us, and we'll be ready to go.
Closing question is now for our student athletes. Again, on the left side.
For all of you, how much does Dean Wade likely not playing for Kansas State tomorrow affect the way you go into this game against Kansas State?
I mean, every team in the league is good, so you prepare and think the same way regardless who's going to be out there. I mean, they're all high major basketball players, so we got to prepare the same way we would as if he was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what Des said. I mean, it's true. We're going to prepare for them like we prepare for any team. Whether Dean Wade plays or not, we still need to prepare for Kansas State. They beat us twice, so we need to come out and play hard.
Okay, left side.
Since it'll be what Des says, I'll just go ahead and ask Des. What did K-State do well against you guys? You struggled to score in your 2 matches against them earlier. What did they do so well, and what can you guys do to combat that and get a little more offense?
They're a good defensive team. Since we played them, we made a few adjustments. We didn't have this guy the first time we played them, but yeah, they got us at home, and we just got to come out and play harder than them tomorrow from start to finish.
Any other questions for any of the student athletes? Okay, we'll take one last question toward the back here on this right side, on the aisle.
Being down Derek Zerengeier, Griffin News. Being down 21 points and then having the lead cut all the way back to a tie game and eventually losing the lead, what does it say about your guys' toughness and wherewithal to finish?
Yeah, Coach is always preaching toughness at every practice, so, we can't that we'll knock it down, and, we got stops towards the end.
Okay, guys, we'll let you go back to the locker room for more interviews with your SID, Stephen Schoen. We'll keep Coach here for a little bit longer for your questions, but congratulations on your victory, and we will see you tomorrow. Coach, next question will be on your left.
David Smale, Field Level Media. 2 questions for you. First of all, does this give you a spot in the NCAA tournament?
I would think, 20 wins in the Big 12, toughest conference in the country. I think that says a lot, and we played a tough non-conference, so I would think. But, you never know what plays out and all the other things. But given that's a pretty safe bet in history, and then I think as things have played out this year, I would say we've clearly, with the different conferences, and our conference clearly being the best, we put ourselves in a good spot.
And secondly, Kansas State held you to your 2 lowest scoring games of the season. Just talk about playing against their defense with short rest.
Well, we didn't play in the one game at their place. It was a close game. We had 6 guys. This time we'll bring out all 7, and we'll be ready to play. But it's an opportunity. As I told our guys here now, it's an opportunity to play against a team that won the league, that beat us twice, and we're looking at it as a great opportunity. And we think we've won 2 in a row. We think we're playing a little better defense. I thought we were very good offensively. I think we just got stagnant. The league got so big. They're a team that's dangerous because of the threes, and they're going to keep playing. And they've been in this position before. It was almost like it was scripted, and we just could have handled it better offensively. So I think we're playing really well. Notwithstanding the last 10 minutes, we just got to handle those things better.
We'll stay on the front row.
Jamie, going off that, I guess you guys have built big leads and seen them kind of come down this season. Is there anything specifically you guys need to do?
Well, sometimes I think we could have played more guys. When I say more guys, more minutes for the other 2 guys, and that might have been something that could have helped us. I thought it was good for us against Texas that we had fresher guys out there to some degree, especially our guards. But it just didn't work out that way today. And I was not at all surprised. I figured that there's no way we could sustain what we were doing in the first half. Nobody can. And you get a 20-point lead, they're going to make a run. I just felt I could have done a better job offensively in getting us into different things. But again, you missed some free throws. We got some drives to the basket that we didn't convert, and a lot of it came from there. But we're not perfect.
We'll go to coaches right now.
So towards the end of the game, obviously the lead was starting to dwindle down. What were you telling your players in the timeouts? What were you telling them to get them back into the game?
We just there was obviously it was a long game, and we had the big lead, but there was times where you knew they were going to make the run. I thought we could have handled some things. When we come out, we run a play and we run it and throw it out of bounds, and those are the things we can't do. We had a layup and we try to go with our outside hand. We use our inside hand, and it gets a block when it should have been a layup. So we just got to do things better, and it's just something. I think we've done some things better defensively in these last 7-8 days, and maybe in these, from this will be that last lesson that we finally learn that we gotta finish and sustain and discipline in what we're doing. But I got to do a better job as far as running plays out of timeouts, and we've got to do a better job in that execution and down the stretch. I think that would be a big thing for us. So we got to make some free throws. I mean, we've a lot of the times we've missed free throws in some of these situations, and it's an interesting thing because we got Kevin that doesn't shoot it well. We want to have him on the floor, but at the same time he's shooting free throws. It's almost a turnover on good offense.
Final questions now for Coach here on the left.
Yeah, Jamie, same question I asked Alex about Renee's impact on the game and the comeback for Oklahoma State.
He was big, and especially in the second half. Obviously, got a bunch of layups. I mean, he's hurt us. At our place, he killed us. I mean, he made some shots. I still don't think he's made me since, but he's obviously very good. He plays very hard, makes free throws, or at least he does against us, and. He changed a lot of those shots. I mean, I say that we didn't run great offense stuff, but we had a couple of layups that we got layups in the first half that seemed to be shot blocks in the late in the game, and give him credit for that. So we've got to do a better job. And we had the 3-second call, so we just way too many turnovers and really some changed shots by him.
Last question again on the left.
You already talked about K-State's defense. What other challenges do they, have for you guys for tomorrow? And what effect without Dean Wade? It looks like he's not
they're like
play.
the oldest team in the country. I mean, I think so. I mean, that's experience is good, and both these teams that won the league, Texas Tech and Kansas State, have been, have played like the oldest teams because they are the oldest teams, and they've done it. They're both well coached, and so. They're defensively, they're very good, and we've just got to be. They're very physical, very physical. I'm amazed at how physical they are. Kansas State, they push you around, they bang, they reach, they get hands on balls. So those are the things that they do really well. But I think we're a better team now. But we've got to do it for 40 minutes. But everybody runs through these things where you can't sustain for 40 minutes, play their best basketball. So there ain't no blowouts in this thing. I mean, it's what it is. It's good teams in the best league.
All right, Coach Dixon, we'll let you go prepare for tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
State have joined us with Coach Mike Boynton Jr., and the student athletes are Curtis Jones and Reneé. Coach, we'll turn to you first for an opening statement.
First of all, congrats to TCU. Obviously played really well to start the game, put us in a really, really deep hole, and really controlled most of the game, to be honest. We made a really good comeback, so I'm proud of our kids for not giving in. It's kind of been the theme of our season in a lot of ways, but really proud that I had the opportunity to coach these guys and look forward to getting back and trying to figure out how to be better.
Thank you, Coach. Let's go to questions for the two guys first. and then we will finish up with Coach Boynton at the end. Okay, front row.
Yeah, you're Barry Trammell with the Oklahoman. Can you talk about that stretch down the end of the game, last 7-8 minutes when you guys took over defensively and the way you were able to protect the rim and knock back some shots?
You said talk about it? It just felt normal to me. Like I was just trying to block everything that came in the rim. I was trying to get the stops for our team that we needed to win us the game.
Other questions? Okay, Barry?
Yeah, Curtis, can you talk about, you guys are down 21. It's not been a great season. How'd you find the fortitude to hang in there and be able to sum it up and make a rally and take the lead?
I think that's something we've done all year is continue to fight. And when we came in halftime, Coach said just continue to fight. We didn't want our season to end that way, and I think as we kept fighting and kept cutting the lead and keep playing for each other, I think it didn't finish the way we wanted it to, but I think we went in a little bit of momentum.
I think we'll go on the right. Okay.
So for most of the game, they did control it, but what switched in your mind and in the players' mind to really get you guys going in the second half?
Coach had came in during halftime and really got us fired up and ready to play like we should have from the beginning, but he reminded us what we're playing for. We're playing for the program, and it's bigger than basketball. So we were representing Oklahoma State, and that's what got us fired up.
Any other questions for Curtis or you're okay? Left side on the front.
Yeah, Curtis, can you talk about what you've seen out of Yor and his development this year and how he went from not playing a lot early and the kind of player he's become here down the stretch?
Oh, yeah. He's made a big jump this year. His willingness to learn, come to work every day, have a great attitude about the right things. That's what I've seen from him. And then just as the year got on, he got more comfortable, and you got to see the growth. And I'm excited to see him as we go on next year and as he continues to grow.
Okay, we'll move to the extreme right.
Brian Brinkley, KFOR TV. For both the players, can you talk about the difficulty of this season and how you think the adversity you've gone through is going to pay off in the future for you guys in the program?
Yeah, we went through a lot of adversity this season, but I think it will make us stronger. I say one thing we never did was never gave up. We came to work every day. I think as the year went on, we got more comfortable with each other, got more familiar, and I think going into next year, we can use this and really try to use this to help us and have a great season next year.
With all the adversity going through, our coach had told us a quote, adversity introduces a man to himself, so it was just part of all of us growing up.
Any other questions? No? Okay, Curtis and Yor, we'll let you go back to the locker room with your SID staff, Stephen Howard and Gavin Lang. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you being here. And we will now take questions for Coach. Okay, we'll go toward, I think on the right side, toward the back, Coach.
Coach, talk about how big having 5 double-digit scores was. As the game started, you guys got a little slow start, but talk about ball movement and how big that was.
Honestly, that's kind of we're a team where the whole is better than the parts, and for us to have success this season, we had to have multiple guys play well, and we didn't have that in the first half, obviously. So we were down big and. Really kind of turned it on, and our balance showed there. Lindy obviously made a lot of plays. Yor made some, likely made some. Cam made a big shot. It was kind of a summary of our season. Got down big, faced a real kind of uphill battle, and the kids just kept competing because that's what they do.
Okay, you're here on the front row.
Yeah, Mike, you played such great defense those last 6-7 minutes, but It looked like a breakdown on TCU's last possession. From your perspective, what exactly happened on that play?
Yeah, Barry, to be honest, I don't know. It's hard for me to say right now. There was a breakdown somewhere in the communication. So I don't know exactly who was involved because we were switching a lot in that possession. We wanted to avoid exactly what happened, which was Bain specifically getting a rhythm jump shot there. So I'll have to go back and watch the film, and I'd be more than happy to get back to you on it. But you got to give credit to the kid. He still has to make the shot, and so credit goes to him and his teammates for being able to step up and make a big shot and be able to move on.
Okay, Coach, on your right.
Coach, can you talk about how you've seen the players grow through all that they've gone through this season and having such a short roster and small roster, and how they, I would assume, come together kind of as a unit?
Yeah, those are the type of things that give you a chance at life, really. What they've gone through is basically what a lot of people go through, is adverse times, and you really find out about yourself when things aren't as easy as you hope they are, as you hope they would be. What I learned about this team is there are guys that love to compete. They love each other. Like you heard them, they love representing this program and the school. And I'm certainly proud to have been there with them the whole way. We charted some really rocky waters this year. But every day they showed up with a good attitude. They worked hard. They stuck together. No one pointed fingers at one another. And there was a reason why here in the last 2 weeks we've played better basketball. They've gotten really comfortable with one another, and they've really laid it on the line for each other.
Let's go all the way back on the TV stand on the left.
Coach, you guys obviously had times during this game where they could have just said, we're going to give it up and call it a season, but they didn't do that. What's this say about your players, and does it surprise you that they kept fighting like that?
It doesn't surprise me. Again, I've been with these guys since June, and I've watched how we've transformed, a lot of positive, but certainly there's been some negativity also, some things that we're not necessarily happy that happened during the season. But I never came to practice and felt like the guys didn't want to be there or didn't care about each other or what we were trying to accomplish. And the record doesn't indicate that this season was a success at all. And I wouldn't stand here and tell you that I'm proud of being 12-20, but I do believe the way we got better, the way our kids played, gives me hope that, everybody talks about the future, but the future's here now. One of them is sitting right next to me. And so we're excited about what we can become as we get back in the offseason and figure out how to get better for next year.
Okay, on the front row.
Yeah, a few weeks ago when we were talking, we were talking about most programs need a star, and I asked you where one was coming from, and you said, well, I might have one in an A. Is that what you were talking about, the way he played that last 20 minutes?
Yeah, and really the last, a lot of season, and this is not against any other player. I don't know how many times there's been a guy lead our league in blocks and not get any recognition in terms of all conference honors, not even an honorable mention or anything like that. And that's not saying all the guys who made it were deserving. So certainly don't want to take anything from them, but we think that we have one that may have been a little bit more deserving as well. So I'm excited about what he can become. He's really just scratching the surface barrier of what he can become, because a lot of times he's just playing off instinct still, and he's got to get stronger. It's a big offseason for him in the weight room. He's got to develop a go-to move inside. But the instincts that he has from a shot blocking standpoint, you can't teach. And it's really a game changer for the other teams in terms of preparation. So it's a good place to start when you got a near 7-foot kid in there who can change the game without scoring a basket.
Closing questions now for Coach here on the right toward the back.
Towards the end of the game, you had a lot of you were forcing a lot of turnovers. You were scoring a lot of points, which was a complete carbon copy, or the complete opposite, I should say, of the beginning of the game. What were you seeing out of your players towards the end of the game when you went on that large run and got all those turnovers?
I think a sense of urgency kicked in. We know coming in. Our season's over when we lose here. It's really that simple. And I think these guys really cared enough about each other that they wanted to play together again. And so they played with a great sense of urgency in the last 10 minutes. And if maybe we had played that way for the first 30, we wouldn't have been down so big. But, it's water under the bridge. It's something to learn from. This whole season's been a learning experience for all of us. And I'm just really proud that I had the opportunity to coach this group.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.